There's a silence that lives inside us all. A whisper we rarely speak aloud. Behind the smiles, beneath the routines, beyond even the dreams we say we want, there's a deeper longing, a hidden craving no one sees, one that doesn't shout but aches. And tonight, we gently open that hidden place, not with judgment, not with explanation, but with understanding. These are the secret emotional cravings buried deep within every soul. A journey of tenderness, wonder, and silent need. Let's begin. Aries, the craving to be caught when they leap their fire. Untamed, bold, always chasing the next wild idea. People admire their courage, their impulsive drive. But underneath, they ache for someone who will say, go. Jump. I'll catch you if you fall. You see, the world cheers Aries on when they're strong, but disappears when they stumble. Their craving isn't attention or praise, it's safety. Emotional safety. To be bold without fear. To fall without shame. To be told, even if you crash, I'll be here. Their soul longs for that one quiet soul who can hold them, not cage them. Who can run beside them, and still be a soft place when the night gets cold. Taurus, the craving to be chosen even in stillness. They are rooted, grounded, comforting. People come to them for stability, for a steady shoulder in chaos. But deep down, Taurus craves more than usefulness. They crave someone who chooses their quiet, chooses their slow, chooses their softness. Not because it's easy, but because it's them. In a world obsessed with noise and speed, Taurus dreams of slow mornings wrapped in shared silence. Of being looked at, really looked at, and seen as enough without performance. Their longing is for someone who makes them feel like staying is sacred, like stillness is beautiful, like their presence is all that's ever needed. Gemini, the craving to be understood in all their versions. Their change. Light, vit, duality. People adore Gemini's humor, their stories, their sparkle. But inside them lives a deeper ache to be understood. Not just the version they show at parties. Not just the charming mask, but the quiet moments. The confusion. The inner child. Gemini doesn't need to be fixed. They need to be held in their wholeness. Their craving is for someone who can walk through their mental maze, laugh in one room, cry in the next, and never once ask them to be just one thing. Someone who finds beauty in their chaos and chooses every version. Cancer, the craving to be nurtured back. They're the nurturers, the soft moonlight in a harsh world. People lean on Cancer, confide in them, need them. But their soul, it aches to be needed back, to be held like they hold others, to be asked, how are you really? Without having to be the strong one. Cancer dreams of a love where they don't have to earn affection by caretaking, where simply existing is enough. Their deepest longing is to crawl into a heart that says, you can rest here. A love that kisses their forehead, not just when they're glowing, but when they're weeping. A bond where they can exhale. At last, Leo, the craving to be seen behind the light. They are sunbeams. Radiant, warm, captivating. Leo lights up rooms without trying. But behind that light is a child who just wants to be seen when no one's watching. Leo's heart beats not for applause, but for intimacy. For that one soul who sees their softness, who notices when their light dims, who doesn't just say, you're amazing, but says, you don't have to be amazing for me to love you. Their craving is to be held when their crown feels heavy. To be reminded that their worth isn't in how brightly they shine, but simply in who they are when the lights go out. Virgo, the craving to be embraced in imperfection. They are detail, precision, thoughtfulness. Virgo is the quiet architect of care, but inside, they carry the silent ache of never feeling enough. They crave to be told, you can breathe. You don't have to fix it. Or yourself. Virgo dreams of someone who doesn't just appreciate their efforts, but gently pulls them into imperfection and says, stay. Even messy, I want you. Their secret longing is for someone who understands that their anxiety isn't a flaw. It's their devotion trying to protect everyone. And still, loves them when they forget to protect themselves. Libra, the craving to be chosen without a mask. They are grace. Balance. Aesthetic. People are drawn to Libra's charm, their ability to keep peace. But Libra often wonders, if I stop smiling, would anyone stay? They crave a love where they can fall apart without losing admiration, where silence isn't awkward, where they don't have to earn affection with beauty or diplomacy. Their deepest ache? To be picked, not for how well they perform, but for who they are when the performance ends. Chosen fully, in stillness, in rawness, in truth. Scorpio, the craving to be trusted with tenderness, they are depth. Mystery, intensity. Scorpio protects their heart like a sacred jewel, and people often misunderstand them, assuming strength means they don't need softness. But Scorpio aches to be seen without fear, to be offered gentleness without suspicion. Their craving is to be let in slowly but fully and still be cherished. They long for a connection where both can show scars without flinching, where secrets are met with sanctuary, not judgment. Scorpio doesn't want shallow. They want soulful. They want sacred. Sagittarius, the craving to be kept, not caged, they are wild. Wanderers, light in motion. Sagittarius chases horizons, not because they fear love, but because they fear being dimmed by it. Their craving? To be free and deeply connected, to be loved in a way that doesn't ask them to shrink. They want someone who joins their journey, not confines it. Their secret wish is for a bond that feels like wind, ever present, yet never pressing. They want to belong without borders, to be kept not in a cage, but in a heart that says, go explore. I'll be here. Capricorn, the craving to be soft without falling apart, they are pillars, builders, reliable strength. People lean on Capricorn without realizing the weight they carry. But inside is a yearning for rest. Capricorn doesn't need saving, but they dream of someone who sees their tired soul, who says, let me hold you this time. Their craving is to take off the armor, to be vulnerable without crumbling, to admit fear without losing respect, to weep without being seen as weak. They want to feel like softness isn't dangerous, but divine. Aquarius, the craving to be deeply felt, they are vision, innovation, freedom. Aquarius lives in the clouds of ideas, always observing. People admire their brilliance, but rarely touch their heart. They crave emotional presence, not just someone who hears them, but someone who feels them, who sits in silence and just knows. Their secret longing is for connection beyond words, for someone who looks past the intellect and sees the soul underneath. The tender, beautiful ache of wanting to be known without needing to explain. Pisces, the craving to be protected while she dreams, they are dreamers. Oceans, poets of the soul. Pisces swims in imagination, emotions, and empathy. But often, they give more than they receive. Their craving? To be someone's dream. To be the one protected, not just the protector. To be held when their heart feels too big. They ache for someone who lets them escape, yet anchors them gently. Someone who understands that fantasy isn't avoidance, but survival. And in their dreams, they simply want to be loved deeply and completely. Outro, the silent longing within us. Maybe we all have that one craving, secret, sacred, unnamed. The one we tuck into corners no one sees. Not because we're weak, but because it's precious. Maybe we all long to be seen, to be held, to be chosen even in the parts we hide. So if this reached you, know that your craving is not shameful. It is human, and it deserves to be honored. Gently, slowly, softly, just like you do. Because underneath everything else, we are all just souls, longing to be loved without needing to ask.